Yeah, passion. Passion, proven through my actions. Lions come against me, they get no reaction. Walking through the valley of the shadows. When I'm with God, I can do it with my eyes closed. Walk by faith and not by sight. Even in dark times, you know I'm still in the light. Asking OGs how to play a game called life. I've been in my word now, I don't need their advice. Blind leading the blind, both falling in the ditch that was made by design. Most people would stop sinning if you charge them a fine, but then they tell you they don't know who govern their mind. Progressing even when I'm standing in line, you would've thought it's tangible the way I'm taking my time. I'ma take his word for it, I ain't looking for signs. You can't say you trust him with a fleece on the line. Young boy being led to the slaughter. Kick some game, get some wisdom to your daughters. Love your son, teach them to be fathers. Don't know how to learn from Abba. Jesus got the sauce, no imposters. All you know is winning, no losses. If God be for us, can't no one stop us. No weapon formed could ever block us. Passion, proven through my actions. Lions come against me, they get no reaction. Walking through the valley of the shadows. When I'm with God, I can do it with my eyes.
Alright, y'all. I'm in the laundromat, clearly. And I didn't bring enough cash on me. And I refuse to use the ATM. Because the ATM gonna charge me, then my bank gonna charge me. Absolutely not. However, y'all, it's so much to talk about. But it is, let's look at it. December 1st. I want to do Vlogmas. It's 8:04, December 1st. I want to do Vlogmas, but I don't even want to say it's because of time, because I'm not going to use that excuse, because it's not really because of time. But I need to fix my Final Cut Pro because it is not exporting. And when it's not exporting, what it's doing, it will show that it export and it don't export. Not to my desktop, not to my external hard drive. So, and even when I try to upload it to YouTube, at this point, I don't even know. And it's getting extremely frustrating because I paid $300 for this software. And it needs to work, okay? It needs to work. But nonetheless, I had to do quick laundry because I didn't get the chance to do it on Sunday. Right? Because I was being lazy. Right? So I was being lazy. However, I'm getting it done now. And then I'll do the rest another time. As long as we both got our uniforms to do what it is that we need to do. But y'all girl, when I say everybody is going through it, everybody is going through it. There is not one person who, isn't. One way or another, somebody is facing some type of hardship or going through some situation. Some it's financially, some it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, so everybody has something that they got going on, right? I still have not yet moved, right? But that's my fault as to why I have not yet moved, right? Recently, I had to renounce fear, and I had to renounce doubt. I had to, renounce procrastination, come out of agreement with procrastination, come out of agreement with laziness. But the biggest one was fear, because we win, we lose, right? One season we're up, one season we're down. And I allowed myself to stay at a stagnant place, right? Because of fear And the way economy is right now, the way things are right now, like, listen, if you have a partner where you guys are really, hello, how you doing? If you have a partner and you guys are able to make it work, whether it's friendship, whether it's your spouse, you get what I'm saying? Make it work. Be a team. Because when I say we really need one another, we really need one another. And if you don't have help, hello, welcome to the club. Because, baby, two is truly better than one. However, for my people that are doing what they need to do and they're on their own, I pray the strength of God. I pray the peace of God. I pray the provision of God over you. Okay? Because just like I continue to prophesy over myself, right? Just like I continue to prophesy over my situation, I pray that you are doing the same for yourself. Because like I was talking about on Thursday night session, right? Y'all know I pray every Thursday night on TikTok. Let's go sit in the car, right? So, like I was saying, I was preaching Thursday. Well, I wasn't really preaching, but y'all know I pray on Thursday night on TikTok. And what was going on was the fact I was talking about faith without works is dead. And what's happening with a lot of believers, right? We're praying and we're decreeing and we're declaring, but we're not moving, right? We're prophesying, but we're not applying. We're calling these things that be not as though they were, right? But we're not moving in a fashion. There we go. We're not moving in a fashion, for us to truly see the provision of God. And just like I was telling one of the sisters on TikTok, I was just telling her it's just time. It's just simple as us moving, simple as getting up and executing and pursuing and doing it is what we need to do. Because what happens is we're doing all this praying, we're doing all this believing, we're doing all these things, right? However, we're waiting for it to fall in our lap instead of applying the works, right? Instead of applying the works. So, and I came to realize that I was praying in faith, but my actions was revealing doubt. Oh, that is so good. I was praying in faith, but my actions was showing doubt, right? Because had I would have, for like I told y'all earlier, I still haven't moved yet. I'm in between two houses, right? And I had to. I didn't want to share a lot of things because, I was embarrassed and I'm just being real. Like, I was embarrassed because it's like, girl, you 36, you about to be 37, you going, life is lifing right now. You get what I'm saying? I left my place because at the time, my spouse at the time was, incarcerated. So I let that go, moved with my mom, HOA, giving my mom problems because, the community is a 55 and older community. They don't want no children there under the age of 18. Y'all know my daughter is 9. So that was giving me problems. So by the grace of God, my ex-husband mother, was like, yeah, we could kick it here. She's like, do what you got to do to get back on your feet. So I am grateful for that. You get what I'm saying? I am grateful for that. But y'all, when I say it's so uncomfortable because I'm like, I got my baby going between two houses. And then on top of that, what's going on with her father, her biological father, I'm just like, oh my God. And then, then on top of that, y'all know that I had got into an accident last year and my car was total loss. Never went out to go get another car. And here I am, month after month, I'm Ubering, or I'm doing Lyft, and I'm spending basically almost, a little over $1,000 a month with just, Uber and Lyft. And mind you, I'm only Ubering and Lyfting to the places that I need, which is work, to the shop or to the school, or to get my daughter to school. Y'all, it's just like so much. And I'm just like, Lord. And then I'm looking at my daughter. I'm like, God, I need to give my daughter stability. Like, it's too much. We're between two houses, two different structures, right? And it's interfering with, the work that I have already put in, when we were on our own. And then it's just like, it's frustrating. I don't feel like I could see the fruit of my labor. Then I went back to school. Of course, going back to school, that my clientele was mostly in the morning. So it's just like, it's just a lot. And I'm just like, okay, God, move. But it's just like, you have the faith for me to move, but you're not moving, or you're not pursuing, you're not executing so that you can truly see my glory. It's as if it's like I'm waiting for somebody to knock on the door or tap me on the shoulder and hand me some keys and be like, here's the place. It's like I'm waiting for somebody to tap me on my other shoulder and be like, here's a car. But it's just like, no, get up and pursue. So once again, as believers, we're praying in faith, right? But our action is revealing doubt. Faith without works is dead. So I'm in this place where there's, like I said, life is lifing. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm finally putting me first. I'm finally doing what's best for me. We're definitely going to do a life update. Because, baby, that's some stuff we got to talk about, okay? But also, I'm just like also at a place where it's just like, okay, God, I need to maximize. Because clearly you don't want me on nobody's job, because I'm applying to places and you're not allowing it to go through. But then I had to challenge myself. I had to lock in. And I've done this before, and I did fall off, and I did it again. Right? For example, last month I locked in, I was focused, I was promoting, I was, doing what I need to do. And I was getting random deposits. I was getting, deposits from Amazon. I was getting deposits from TikTok. I was getting deposits from, Instagram. And God was just showing me like, girl, if you do what I told you to do, you'll be all right. You trying to go work a second job? No, I need you to tap into the content creator that I called you to be. And I'm like, but with influence come responsibility. So, I'm going back and forth with God. I'm just like, like, Jesus, like, come on now. Like, you already know the pressure. Right? And then boom, Final Cut Pro stopped working. That's why y'all haven't been seeing no videos, right? Because it's not exporting. I'm like, yo, I did all these edits. Okay, I got like 3 videos I need to export so that I can upload. But anyways, but God was showing me, like, God keeps showing me in little ways, like, just walk in what I called you to do, and I will do the rest. But how can I see the hand of God if I'm not willing to move? How can I see the hand of God if I'm not willing to move? Even this morning, I'm just like, I put on 40 additional pounds over a course of time, because I was averaging between 220 to 230, and I would go up to 240. Y'all, I am 280 pounds. Okay. Like, putting on weight, like, depression was real. Life is lifing. It's just like, be kind. When you see me, be kind to me. Okay. I speak life in everybody else. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of a breakdown and somebody will call me for prayer, or somebody will call me for advice, or somebody would call for encouragement. When you see me, be nice to me. Be nice. But yeah, so it's just like, and I remember the whole point of my channel. The whole point of my channel was to be transparent as I pursue the life that I envision for myself. But through a series of things, right? That lady, no, she hit my car. But through a series of things, I lost sight of that, and I got frustrated. But we're back. We're going to do it. We're going to continue to go forward. So it is what it is, right? But y'all, let me go put my clothes in the dryer real quick, and I will be right back, because we got to hurry up and get to the house and help baby girl with her summary. She got to write a summary or an essay or something like that. And then we got to make sure she gets to bed, because we got to wake up at 5:30 because the school bus pick her up early. So, but I'll be right back. Let me go put the clothes in the dryer. All right, I'm back. So let's put 43 minutes on the clock. Hold on. There go y'all niece right there. What's up?
morning?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, you on your way?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the clothes to finish dry.
Aww.
What's up?
Do you have to wait for them?
Yes, I do, because you need your clothes, because you need to take a shower.
I don't have to because I'm in my clothes.
Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. It's kind of dark, so you can't see me, but if you see my hand. Hello. Hey, guys. What's up?
Anyways, alright. I'll be there shortly, baby.
Okay. Love you.
I love you too. Did you eat?
Not really. Not a lot, but I ate chips, a bagel, and one Mentos. That's all I ate today.
Okay, baby. I'll be there shortly.
Okay, did you make my grilled cheese?
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Okay, it's okay. You don't have to go back. Okay, love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Later.
Okay, later.
All right. Yeah, so basically, that's what's just been going on. And but we're definitely gonna do a life update. So y'all, life is lifing. Life is lifing. So anybody that is going through it, just be kind. Just be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to the people around you. And just, let's just try to encourage one another. But I'm on a goal here. I'm on a journey. We were talking about locking in. So last month, November, I locked in, not a full locking of how I would like to, but I think we were, I have a set amount that I want to make every month, right? To cover my overhead in business, to cover my overhead for my household. And, I have everything included in there. So basically when I have that set amount that I want to make for the month. So I break it down how much money I need to make for the week and how much money I need to make per day working a 5-day work schedule, right? Because in my business, I have Sundays and Thursdays off, right? I currently do not have a home church, but I want to continue leaving my Sundays off because I will soon be looking for a home church, a community, where I don't feel, a community that really has the heart of God and, where I can serve and where I can be poured into and where I can grow and, and a whole month of other things. Right. So, but anyway, so my days off is Sundays and Thursdays. And y'all know, once again, Thursdays, I do the online prayer for Chamber of Prayers, right? And I was just like, I don't want to keep compromising because having to take a client on that day, sometimes it can run to where I don't have enough time to prepare, because what I like to do is an hour before I do go live or into the Zoom, I go into the presence of God. I go into prayer, or I do tongues of fire right before I do go on. So I'm just like, okay, so I locked in and I only missed my goal by I think it was like $800. Yeah, about 800 and change, because I still have to count the what wasn't recorded through the books of people scheduling their appointment and stuff like that. So I miss goal by like $800 something. And I'm giving God glory, because I remember when there was time I was making only a couple of hundreds. for the month. You get what I'm saying? So we have definitely come a long way, and I definitely do not despise my small beginnings, right? So, also for the month of December, we're locking in because I'm just really like, okay, you know what? I need to put in the works. I need to pursue, and I need to execute, right? Because even when I was working out this morning, because that's another thing, we gotta get fit. We're asking God for things, but physically we don't have the stamina, we don't have the endurance, we don't have the strength to be able to enjoy those things, right? So, I'm like, all right, now I'm trying to lose 20 pounds a month, and I don't want to do the Ozempic. I don't want to do the Mounjaro, whatever the names is, right? I don't want to do that. I want to do it naturally because I still want to build my strength. I want to build my strength back up, because if you've ever had pneumonia, then your strength is not the same after you overcome it. Okay, your strength is definitely not the same. So so as I was working out this morning, I began to talk to myself, and I began to I gave myself permission. I gave myself permission to pursue. I gave myself permission to plan, pursue, and execute, right? Plan, pursue, and execute. And then I began to say, plan is vision, right? Pursue is works. Pursue is action. And execute, plan, pursue, execute. Execute is manifestation. Execute is seeing the fruit of whatever it is that you're doing. And so I was giving myself permission. I just began to speak life, because sometimes we don't go forth because we're waiting for an approval. Sometimes we don't go forth, right, because we're waiting for validation. Sometimes we don't go forth because we're waiting for confirmation. So when I say give yourself permission, give yourself permission. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I know I said a lot, right? But y'all know over here we drop gems. I know that you were able to pull something or get something out of, what I have shared with you. So in this season, what are you focused on? Because I do want to stand in agreement with you. And I do want to continue to pray for you guys as I'm praying for myself, right? So comment below, what is one gem that you have received from this brief conversation? Because I'm getting ready to go promote. I'm getting ready to go interact while I have this quick downtime, so that we can go ahead and stay consistent, right? Because we're trying to get a bigger bag, okay? We're trying to get a bigger bag. So we're trying to increase our revenue, because we do have multiple avenues, right? From the candles, from, I am really an anointed creative. Like, I am an anointed creative. I am just creative. Okay. Faith-based, I do wear many hats. I really do many hats, but my core will be, of course, the locks, the candles, and being a coach, right? The faith-based life coach, but also the coach that will teach you to tap in and build your confidence in prayer. Because those courses, the 6-week Chamber of Prayer Masterclass is coming back into effect, right? Downtime is prep time. Downtime is prep time, baby. But all right, I love y'all, because I don't want to keep rambling on. Go ahead, drop in the comments. I'll interact with you guys in the comments. Let me know what is a gem that you have received. But I love y'all. Be blessed, be encouraged, and remember, you have victory on every side.